Thanks for coming out, guys. Please enjoy your featured performer tonight. How about a huge round of applause? Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Johnson!
Don't fuck this up, Mike. Hi. Hey, what's up, guys? Thank you, guys, for coming up. I appreciate this, and the comics that went up before me appreciate it. Nice little round of applause for them. Wouldn't hurt. All right. Thanks, guys. It's important in life. That was a nice hand. It's important in life to get a little pick-me-up here and there. Every once in a while, you need it. And I don't get them very often, you guys. It's been a long 31 years. I'm 31 years old, guys. It's been a long one. Guys, to start it off, to let you know where this 245-pound man is coming from. I was in special ed, you guys. I was in special education. I didn't ride the short bus, but I was. What that meant for me, what it meant for this guy, was the bulk of my education from age 10 right up until I graduated from high school would be taking place inside of a classroom that had a banner of the alphabet hanging from the ceiling. Now, when you're in 4th grade, you shrug it off. It's kind of reasonable. You know? Not everybody has learned to read yet. That's why we have special ed. But guys, when you're 18 years old, you walk into school, you're a senior in high school. In high school, you walk in and you look up and, damn it, there it is. Banner of the alphabet's hanging from the ceiling, just like it has been since 4th grade. The first thing that came to my mind when I saw it was, thank God it's not written in cursive. That'd have been a long year. I just moved back to Maine in December. I had been in Chicago for too fucking long. It was about 3.5 years of my life spent in Chicago. I don't regret it because I learned some life lessons that I needed to learn. But, you know, it was tough finding a job because I'm used to trying to find a job in Maine where there's like 1 million people on a good day, right? Chicago, there's 3 million people trying to find that same customer service, that same retail job that you're trying to find, so you get skipped over. And a lot of places in Chicago, they like to drug test. And that was a problem for me. Because I love being from Maine, you guys. I love weed. I love it. I love it. And I probably should have stopped smoking it when I was trying to find a job, but I love it too much. I need it to wake up. I need it to go to sleep. And I had to take a drug test. And I knew I wasn't going to pass the test, but I tried. I threw up a Hail Mary, guys. You never know, right? Drank a little bit of water. Took the test. You know, whatever. A couple days later, the clinic that I took the test at, they called me back. It wasn't good news, guys. they wanted to know. They were very professional. They were very specific. They wanted to know if I was on any medication that I wasn't specific about on the day that I took the test. I mean, no. I haven't been to Walgreens lately, no. They're like, well, you did test positive for marijuana. We do have a cutoff. Oh, there's a cutoff. There's a cutoff. Go on. If it is 15% THC in the urine sample or less, we let it go. We understand. However, you tested 100%. And for a split second, you guys, I was really psyched because I had never gotten 100 on a test before. It was the first time in my life. I was like, whoa, no shit. But then reality set in, and no, we're not going to hire you. Keep looking, bro. This guy. So I kept looking. I ended up getting a job, if you want to call it that. I ended up getting a job selling, I was an authorized T-Mobile dealer for local businesses in the area. What that meant for me was I'd be dressing up in a suit and tie, looking all cleaned up. I didn't have a beard at this time. I got a beard now, as you can see. Didn't have a beard. I was all cleaned up, short hair, suit and tie, ready to go into local businesses to sell the employees' phone plans. We're offering a special deal that you can't get online. Here, I'm going to offer it to you. And what they didn't tell me was I'd be going down to the south side of Chicago, Illinois. I don't know if any of you guys have ever been to Chicago, but there's this very quaint little section of town that they call the South Side. Anything bad that ever has happened or will happen in the future happens on the South Side of Chicago, you guys. And they were sending me down there to sell cell phones, looking like a cop, all ready to go, all cleaned up. My first day, which actually happened to be my only day, my first day, I get off the train, and I'm walking through the turnstile, and before I can even leave the train station, there's a guy in the lobby that notices me. I'm the only white guy in the area, you guys. The only white guy, so obviously stand out, but normally people ignored me. This guy stared right at me, like locked eyes with me and stared just right into my soul. Like, I don't know, have you guys seen the Never-Ending Story? The Southern Oracle? They could see right into your heart. And this guy was no different. I could feel it burning. Walking by this guy, just like, hey, what's up, man? Can I help you? And he's just looking at me going, oh, white boy. Oh, white boy. Oh, man, you be safe, man. You be safe, man. If I was you, I would turn around, get back on that train, get your ass out of here. White boy, please. It's just like, and I had just gotten in the city like a month ago. You know, surely this job that I found on Craigslist isn't sending me into a lion's den, right? So I was polite. I was like, okay, sir, well, thank you very much. I appreciate your input. I'm going to go make a living for myself because I'm an American, right? So I continued along. Wasn't a good day, you guys. I didn't make very many sales. That didn't bother me. It was only day one. I didn't know what I was doing, right? What bothered me was walking back to the train station. I was having kind of a rough day, kind of hanging my head. But I picked my head up just in time to see a kid coming around the corner on a bike. And he saw me, and he started pedaling directly at me. This kid was like 12 years old, and I'm still like, whoa, what's this kid up to, right? And he pedals by me, right next to me, and as he goes by me, I hear him say, I swear to God, I hear him say, "It's getting dark." Excuse me, what's that? And I look back, and the kid, he's hit the brakes on his bike. Dead brakes. Looks back at me, huge grin on his face. "It's getting dark. It's getting dark." And I'm just yelling at him, "Who sent you? Who are you working for? What have you seen?" Right? So I got the fuck out of there. Quit that job. That was not the job for me. I ended up getting a job at a bookstore. And I don't know if any of you guys ever worked retail. Yeah. Oh, man. Retail, guys. Bookstore. Get a little drink there for the CD. We ended up working at a bookstore, and I've never worked at a place that was so adamant about customer service in my life. And it made it very, very challenging for me, because East Coast people, they tell you how it is, right? They're rude, they're in your face, but they're loyal. They got your back. Midwesterners, they like to call themselves the friendly Midwesterners. But they're all fake. They're assholes. Fuck all of them, you know? They suck. And I had to serve these people, and it was tough. And there was one particular day I was doing my job. I was at work, working at a bookstore, putting inventory on the shelf. Here we go. And I came across a book that I had heard about. I had never read it, entitled "God is Not Great" by Christopher Hitchens. And I was like, oh, this is a very popular book, very controversial book. Let's flip through, let's see what's going on, read the little blurb inside of it. And as I had it in my hand, a customer walked by, saw the book in my hand, and immediately was like, "God in heaven!" And I was like, yeah? They've been saying that for about 2,000 years, you know? Get on board, lady, you know? But she points to the book, and I'm going, oh, the book! Oh, no, actually, this says God isn't in heaven. Probably, no. But she points to me in the book anyway. She goes, well, you have fun burning in hell! I just started laughing. That's all you can do. And I tried to fuck with her a little bit. And like, how the hell did you know I tried to kill my whole family, huh? Are you psychic or what? She didn't think that was very funny, you guys. She complained to the manager. The manager had to sit me down. He was like, we don't think you're very good with the customers. I was like, she condemned me to hell, sir. I didn't know what to do, you know? She swung first, right? But still, you could be a little bit more friendly with the customers, a little bit more outgoing with the customers. Like, all right, I'll show you. I walked out of that office. Immediately, I saw a regular guy. His name was Steve. And this guy comes in every day. Everyone knows who he is. They're all very polite. Hello, Steve. Hello, Steve. Nice to see you. Good to see you, Steve. Welcome to Half Price Books. That's the name of the store. I don't give a fuck. Steve walks in, and I was psyched. This is a regular customer, guys. We gotta show him some love. Steve! You son of a bitch! Get it off, Steve! No, for the air. Shut the door! Lock the door, Steve. No handshakes here at Half Price Bucks, Steve. You get in here, you give me a hug, you asshole! Get in here, Steve! It's so good to see you! Because when you take the time to break those boundaries with customers, they appreciate that. Any man can share a handshake, a high five, or a bro hug. That's men, right? It takes a real goddamn man to share a cry with another man, especially when that guy is not crying at all. But we're not gonna worry about that today, Steve. I know why you're here. You've been reading the flyers. You're a fucking regular. We got 20% off science fiction. We got 20% off science fiction, Steve. Follow me. This way, Steve. You sign. I'll get him in a headlock. You science fiction reading son of a bitch. Because once you know the customer's tastes, his likes and his dislikes, it makes the shopping experience much more smoother. He can get in and out a lot quicker, especially when he has his family with him. His beautiful wife, Denise. Oh my goodness, Denise, it looks like you just stepped off a magazine cover. Oh, beautiful. And look at this. Look at this, you brought your kids! You're adorable kids! Oh, you just had a new one. I can see her in the little cradle. I'm not gonna bother her, but this guy just got a haircut, didn't he? I can tell. It's all nice and neat. I got a haircut one time. It was a while ago. I got a haircut one time. The pieces got all over my shoulders. Oh, God, it was itchy as all fuck. So, I got fired from that job, you guys. I got fired from Half Price Books. Half Price Books! Fuck you! What are they gonna do? Gonna fire me? Assholes. But that's when it all started to, spiral out of control. My Chicago years, they really started to go apeshit after that. I ended up getting robbed a couple times. 2 times, you guys, I got robbed. The first time it was like, okay, Chicago, I get it. It's a crime pit. I understand. It happens. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save up some money. I'm going to move to a safer part of the town where it's never going to happen again. And that's what I did. And I got robbed again, you guys. 2 times, 2 different years. And that really pissed me off. Especially when the cops, walking through, they don't give a shit. Just walking through the apartment, just going, oh yeah, they made a mess over there. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're going to have to clean that up right here. Oh yeah. Yeah, I've been working this area for 14 years. This has been happening the whole time. Oh, well, man, keep up the good fucking work. Appreciate that. All the work that you do. Asshole. But that's the thing, though, is like, in Chicago, a burglary is no big deal at all. That's a cakewalk they're in and out of there, and then they go fight guys that are welding machine guns all night, It's a tough city. A lot of people are getting murdered in Chicago, and I'm thankful for that. I didn't get murdered in Chicago. I did not get murdered in Chicago, and I'm very happy with that. And my friends are like, oh, well, the statistics of you actually getting murdered in Chicago, they're in your favor. You don't have to worry about that. And I was like, yeah, the statistics of getting robbed in Chicago, you don't really have to worry about that, but it happened twice, 2 times. I guess the bright side of getting murdered is it only happens once. You're one and done. You don't have to worry about it again after that. You just go, be dead. There goes the cap. It's all right. It's funny, though. I never actually saw anybody in Chicago get murdered. I never saw that. It's funny. I have seen people die before, but it was here in Maine. It was here in Maine, believe it or not. I was at a Slayer concert. It was a Slayer concert, and I don't know if anybody here is familiar with the band Slayer. A few people. That's good. Very popular thrash metal band, a legendary thrash metal band. Just toured the country, toured the world. A lot of idiot fans. A lot of stupid people like Slayer, you guys. A lot of dumbasses. And I'm one of them. I went. I love Slayer, and I went. And it's interesting because they bring these warm-up bands. Everyone's already fucking hammered. Let's get even more wound up. Let's get everybody fighting. Let's play some hard music and get everybody fighting. The thrash metal bands. And yeah, the mosh pit. I was into that. I was stupid, you know. But I was also bigger back then. I was like 305 pounds back then. So I could only handle like 5 minutes of a mosh pit before I needed to go get a drink of water. It's heavy cardio, you guys. Heavy cardio. And I'm standing in line at the water fountain, taking a little break, just kind of get my head between my knees. God damn, I love Hatebreed. Oh. Hell of a band. And I get a tap on my shoulder. I'm like, okay. I look behind me, and there's a guy and a girl standing behind me. They don't look very happy. They're very upset. I don't know, what's up, man? And he goes, hey, man, do you think my wife could go ahead of you? She's pregnant. We're at a Slayer concert, you guys. And I was like, yes, absolutely. Ladies first, go on through, have a drink, get yourself well. But before she could make her way to the water fountain, she stopped and looked at her husband. At least I think he was her husband. She looked at him and goes, oh, baby, I don't think I'm pregnant anymore. And of course, she passes out, collapses, and then the challenge becomes trying to find help for this poor girl at a Slayer concert. You guys, everybody is absolutely hammered. Just wasted. And I couldn't tell, going up to guys, look, hey, man, there's a woman over here. She's not doing too well, man. You got a cell phone? Call the paramedics. I think she's miscarrying, man. And the guy looks at me and is just like, yes, Slayer! Fucking some, bro, high five right here, bro! High five right here! Fucking Slayer, bro! Okay, anybody else? Anybody else that's not hammered? Anybody else that's not hammered? And of course, the people that aren't hammered, those people are still Slayer fans. You guys, you're trying to find help for them, and you go up to one of those guys, they look okay. They look like they're civil. Going up to them, hey, man, look, I'm not having any luck. Can you please help me here? There's a woman. She's miscarrying, man. I think she's going to miscarry, and she's going to lose her kid. The guy looks at me, he's just like, fucking Slayer, bro! Fucking Slayer, bro! High five right here, man! High five right here! And of course, the child did not make it upon birth. It wasn't my fucking fault. What are you doing? I'm trying to find help! Child did not make it. And the show was awesome. Hell of a show. Slayer finally got up, man. They fucking killed it. It was awesome. They murdered. It was great. gotta get a drink here. But yeah, it's good to be back in Maine. I love Maine. Yeah, Maine. So happy to be back. It's good to be back where people aren't killing you or murdering you or robbing you. That's great. That's awesome. I love it was tough when I first lived here because I was, like I said, I was big. I was like 305 pounds. So I decided to do something about that. I lost some weight, as you can see. Working on it, looking all right. Haven't always been this all right looking, but I'm getting there. And as you can imagine, a guy that was as big as I was, 305 pounds, it was very difficult for me to attract members of the opposite sex. You guys, I went a long time before I finally lost my virginity. You guys. Long time. Most people, they're lucky. They're 18, maybe even a little bit younger, 17, 18, 16, 15 years old, losing their virginity. I wasn't that lucky, you guys. I was not that lucky. I made it all the way to my mid to late 20s before I finally lost my virginity to a mother of 3. 3. That's a prime number, you guys. It's a prime, yeah, wow, right? It wasn't you, so stop complaining, right? You weren't there. Lost my virginity to a mother of 3. My boss is here, by the way. He's not liking this too much. And it was tough. I mean, most people, they're like I said, to compare it to me, it would be like, it was an upset, you guys. It was like the 1980 U.S. Olympic hockey team going up against the 1980 Soviet Union hockey team, much more experienced, much more seasoned. They've done this before. They know how to do it. It wasn't a miracle for me, you guys. There was a miracle back then, but there wasn't a miracle for me. It was much more of an upset. She was incredibly upset with me. And I don't know what she expected. I told her, look, you're number 1, lady. You're taking the training wheels off. I don't know what she expected, but, I did it. I gave her the worst sex of her entire life. It was all right, and I did it. And now I'm a man, right? Thank you. I needed that. But yeah, I love being back in Maine. I love old salt of the earth Mainers. Just 1 million people that live in Maine that just like things as simply as possible. They don't like anything done out of the ordinary. They're very set in their ways. They don't like spending money. No, we gotta save money. No, spending money. My Uncle Dick, his roof. We went to his house one time and his roof was leaking. It's like, Dick, you gotta do something about this. And he's just going, nope, it only leaks when it's raining. It only leaks when it's raining. We don't gotta do anything about it right now. It was just like, all right. And then simple stuff like getting poison ivy. Most people, they like to get calamine lotion, rub that on their infected area. But not my Uncle Dick. He's like, no, that calamine lotion, that costs money. We don't need to spend any money on calamine lotion. All you gotta do, you just take a banana peel. You take a banana peel, you rub it on the infected area, and then when you're done with the banana peel, you still got the banana. You got yourself a nice little snack. And get that in ya. Snacking's the most important meal of the day. But as soon as the outboard motor craps out and they can't fish anymore, it's like, oh no, get it into Hamlin's. Most expensive way is the best way. Gotta get it in. Let's go. I was just like, all right, sort out your fucking priorities, old man. But what else was I gonna say? Yeah, I was actually, of course, it's fishing season in Maine. Fishing season right now. The ice went out. Yeah, love it. It was great. I actually ran into a guy at the supermarket the other day that was going fishing. I could tell he was going fishing. He had a 30 rack, a Budweiser, and a jar of pickled eggs. So I could tell right away he was going fishing. It was great. And I was like, oh, looks like you got all the food groups covered. He's like, oh yeah, it's gonna be a hell of a weekend. It's gonna be great. He was like, where are you fishing? He's like, oh no, I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you. My spot's been in my family for 50 years. And I'll be damned if I'm going to let people know, go there right now. No, Christ, that's my own spot. You stay away. But it's funny. It's funny. You could go up there right now. That spot that I'm telling you about, up in Dexter, Maine, it's right off the main road. It's right off the main road. People drive by it every day. They don't even know it's there, but I do. I do. I pull my car up, not right in front of it. Not right in front of it, because then they'll know. You pull it up about 500 feet, that'd be safe. About 500 feet past the little fishing hole, and I get in there. I walk back there, I get in there underneath the pucker brush. Christ, I yard those white perch out of there all day. It's great. And I'm telling you, you go up there right now, and well, actually, there's probably quite a few people up there actually now. I've been telling people about it all day. God damn it, Dennis, you can't keep your mouth shut. Ah! My wife is going to be so upset with me. My family's going to disown me. I was like, no, Dennis, it's okay. I got my own spot. You'll be all right. You'll be fine. Don't worry, Dennis. Jesus Christ. But, you guys, this has been fun. One thing that happened when I was in Chicago that I was pretty happy to hear about was the gay marriage bill actually passed when I was out there. Yeah, clap it up. Clap it up. I mentioned that in Indiana one time when I was out in Chicago. Fucking 50 people just folded their arms. So I'm very psyched that at least you guys in Maine, where it happened, I'm happy that you guys are behind that. That's good. That's big. We need that. And it was big when it happened. I remember when it happened, a friend of mine who is gay, he called me up to tell me about it. See you guys. I guess they don't like gay people either. They're from Indiana. They're pissed. It's okay. But yeah, it was big when it happened. I remember my buddy that is gay, he called me up when it happened. He's like, Mike, did you hear? Did you hear what happened? I was like, yeah, man. I watched the news. It was great. He's like, yeah, man. And then he started telling me about his life. Like, yeah, I didn't know I was gay right away. Some people, they know right away. They know immediately that they're gay, but I didn't know. I was in my mid-20s before I knew I was gay. I just had sex with a woman for the third time, and that's when I knew I was gay. And I was like, damn it, man, what? I really wish you hadn't have told me that, because it made me very nervous about what my sexuality is about to hold. We'll know when I've had sex with a woman for the third time in my life. We'll know by then. Guys, the name of the album is Mainetainin. Pick it up whenever you see it. Thank you very much for coming out. I'll bring back Tim Hoffman, your host. Thank you, Westbrook.
Mike Johnson, how about it for Mike Johnson?